Yeah, that's how you start it. Body, the presidents of the United States of America. This here is KRWF 95.9 Radio, freefargo.org. What in the World with Wilson happens on Thursday. Starts at 4, ends at 5. We throw some music in here. My intent is to curate the wackiest stories, unusual, stories that make you go, what in the world, question mark, exclamation point. And I believe I've succeeded again today. So stay tuned, and we're going to get into it. Again, after me, Stinky Arts Music Mart. He's got an interview with Alan Sparhawk, infamous frontman of Low, out of Minneapolis. So stick around and stay tuned for that. That's going to be interesting. So yeah, Stinky Art's going to have a little talkie session after me. So stay tuned. You'll enjoy it. What in the World with Wilson? It's a new year, 2025. So it is what it is. It's kind of snowy out, but it's 32 above in Fargo, North Dakota, and we will take it. All right. This show is brought to you by Black Cottage Alchemy. Black Cottage Alchemy on Facebook, 1,200 megs of locally grown hemp, whipped up into a fun tub of comfrey colloidal. There's some beeswax in there. It's for your outer body. It's your outer body butter. Thank you, Black Cottage Alchemy, for sponsoring this show. I used to do all the drugs, and I don't do them anymore. And I credit the man upstairs for coming down here, getting inside me, and helping me make proper decisions. And I show him props every Sunday. Antioch Church, 417 Main Avenue. 10 a.m. we do a recovery class. 11 a.m. we do worship. I'm on the drums this Sunday, as I call it, stick duty. Write that down so you'll remember it next time I say it. Come on through. All right, let's see what else. Let's just keep cruising on. Nonprofit Radio Free Fargo is listener supported. Radio Free Fargo receives no government money, nor grant monies. And traditional advertising is not an option for nonprofits. We do have underwriting, which is different. Radio Free Fargo believes in trying to present the widest spectrum of music. If you believe in community radio and would like to help, visit our website, www.radiofreefargo.org. Click on the donate button. As always, thank you for your support. Please tell others about me. No, tell them about the station. KRWF 95.9/me. You're listening to Radio Free Fargo 95.9 KRWF. Community radio, business owner, you a manager, you got a nonprofit, considering advertising? Well, stop considering and start doing, you know? Why not learn what underwriting is on a nonprofit community radio station instead? Specifically us. To learn more about what underwriting is, please contact us at our website, www.radiofreefargo.org, or at our profile on Facebook. Why not let listeners know that you support the community by supporting a community radio station like 95.9er? Again, what in the world with Wilson? And man, I got some humdingers for you. I'm excited to get into it. So, red tape's done. Let's see what we got. Let me see. Let's start it off. Let's start it off in Florida, should we? All right. Florida sheriff. Burglars call 911 to get help moving stuff. 2 people in Florida were arrested after one of them made a 911 call to get help with moving their belongings from a home they were burglarizing. All right, just let that marinate in your brain. That makes perfect sense, right? Deputies responded to a home Saturday after a 911 call was made, but nobody spoke. The Polk County said. At the home, the deputies concluded that nobody lived there, but they found a male suspect and his girlfriend inside the home after entering it because it was unlocked. Okay, deputies had been searching for the male suspect after identifying from security video as a burglar at a Dollar General store in Posiana, Florida, where several items were stolen earlier in the day. I mean, that's crazy, right? You're burglaring. I mean, at least take the money out of the register, brah. What are you taking? $2.67 of socks and like toothpaste? Get your life together. While talking to deputies, a female suspect told them that she'd called 911 for the purpose of having them help them move their belongings from the house they were burglarizing, essentially assisting them in a crime. They also wanted to get a ride to the airport so they could spend the weekend in New York. I'm guessing these guys are on fentanyl. That's just my knee-jerk thought. I mean, you can't be sober making these kind of statements, right? Can you bring me to the airport, cop, after you load all this stuff I'm stealing into my vehicle? What? deputies did help them with their belongings and did give them a ride, but it wasn't to the airport, it was to the Polk Pokey. The sheriff's office said in a Facebook post, and they're welcome to stay here all weekend long. The Polk Pokey's much better than New York anyway. And that is how you start a show. There's so much stuff in there, it could take me a while to unpack it. Here's a HuffPost article. Dumb mistake, it says, baby Jesus goes missing. Reappears with note at Colorado nativity scene. Police in Fort Collins. So it's Colorado, and I'm sure the guy had... He touched no cannabis before this move. There's a picture of baby Jesus, got a note on him. It says, I am really sorry. I made a dumb mistake in the moment. It won't happen again. Well, I mean, by the time next Christmas comes around and you have an option, I mean, are you still going to be thinking about it? Come on. A baby Jesus figurine snatched from a nativity scene in Colorado, and I wonder how often that happens. I feel like baby Jesus always getting snatched out that nativity scene at Christmas time. The statuette of Jesus, or like putting lipstick on the wise men. It's got to stop, bruh. The statue of Jesus lying in a manger stolen from a public display early Sunday was dropped off anonymously at a fire station, saying it won't happen again. It was returned 2 days after police in the college town about 65 miles north of Denver. I've been to Fort Collins, and I like it. The person appeared to be a teen, and they seen him on the video. And so they said, hey, can you ID this guy? This Grinch tried to ruin Christmas by stealing baby Jay from the Old Town Square. Not to be confused with the Old Town Road. That's a different baby. Okay, let's keep cruising then. Again, you're listening to What in the World with Wilson. I'm Wilson. What in the World is the content that I derive from the ether, from the world, and then I shove it out through this microphone into you. So here we go. This is from the UPI. Italian mayor's proclamation makes it illegal to get sick. No, I mean, okay. The mayor of Balcastro, Italian, issued a proclamation banning local residents from getting ill or seriously injured amid lagging access. Basically, they're saying we don't have a hospital, so you can't get sick. Okay. So the mayor, he issued a proclamation. He said all residents are banned from getting sick amid issues with local health care access. And so then everybody's brains are spinning, right? So the mayor, he says he's ordering residents not to contract any serious illness. You know, do not get sick. So help me. You can't do it. I mean, and I'm starting to feel a little better, but I mean, I think if I could pick and choose getting sick, I'd be living in this town. You know what I'm saying? Residents were also ordered not to engage in activities that could lead in serious injuries. Now, again, I've got scars and bumps and stuff all over my body because of impulsivity. I mean, I've walked into walls. I've fell down stairs and not even touched the stairs. I think that might have set the precedent for my life, my lifetime of whoa, But when I was 5, I fell straight down a flight of stairs, didn't touch the stairs, landed on my head. And, of course, that's what everybody says is wrong with me. All right, so the mayor said about half the village is over 65, and the nearest emergency hospital is located nearly 30 miles away and is only accessible via a road with an 18-mile speed limit. Oh, man, could you imagine requiring emergency service fast and you can't speed? You're back there like just holding a wide open wound open and bruh's going 15 miles an hour. Hurry up, dude. He's like, hey, man, speed limit's 18 miles an hour. What are you going to do? Just bleed out. Can't help you. All right. Well, unusual news. Unusual 9/11 calls of 2024. Are you guys ready? All right. So police in Saskatchewan, Canada released a list of the top 10 reasons not to call 911 based on incidents from 2024. So let's jump into it. The number 10 spot on the list had to do with a not so tech savvy individual who called 911 to advise that they didn't recognize someone on their social media friend list. I mean, what in the world, people? What kind of genetics is running through this mush head? Another caller told operators their parents were forcing them to clean their room and help me. And the number 8 caller reported a fox was wandering the neighborhood and scaring a local cat. Well, you better go check that out, stat. Number 7 caller reported bees inside their house. Oh, them Canadians. Number 6, caller asked for police help to unlock their cell phone. Come on. Number 5, told operators someone had thrown ice cream on the ground. Oh, no. Threw their ice cream on the ground. Well, again, that's an emergency because that can escalate into violence. The number 4 call involved an individual who reported their cat was being mean and asked for a police officer to come and help with my cat. Caller number 3 asked for help with a malfunctioning wash machine. You know, when it spins around, is it boogity, 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 boogity. Help me. 911, help. Number 2, caller requested help with a math problem as they didn't want to fail their test in the morning. This is probably the only valid 911 call in this list. Okay, here's the final one, folks. Of 2024, the craziest 911 calls that happened. The number 1 call on the list came from a resident who reported someone had apparently taken their tambourine during a party. And I'm guessing it was probably after midnight, and they let it all hang out. All right. Well, let me hit you with one more, and then I got a song I can't wait to play. It's kind of my inner child. I don't know if anybody out there has heard of the Wiggles, or if you've had children that enjoyed the Wiggles. But I have a daughter, and I love the Wiggles. I love the Wiggles less because I'm an adult, and my child is an adult. So it seems a little weird, but I found a crazy re-wiggled album that's got songs you're familiar with done in a wiggly fashion. So hold on to your hat. And we're going to talk about this quick, and then we'll get to that. U.S. citizen denied entry into Poland after security staff object to handwritten notes on the passport. So let me just preface this before we start. You can't really doodle in your passport. You know, like if you want to like draw like little fishies jumping out of the passport stamp and, you know, Mongolia, don't. Passports aren't for doodling, and it's not a diary. It's a passport. All right. So this person had defaced, essentially, the passport with handwritten notes and doodles. The unidentified passenger arrived at Krakow's Police Airport on a flight from London shortly after midnight. The woman was stopped at passport control because her document contained doodles and stuff under visa stamps. The woman told the security she didn't know she couldn't. They told her that she had to stay. She will remain at the airport for a return flight to London. She no can enter Poland. So, again, just let me say this. If you're thinking about doodling in your passport, don't. As a general rule, it's not permissible for the holder to write in a passport. But again, I guess basically I didn't know that either. I just know that that's pretty important. And it's like, why am I messing up something that allows me to get to, like, Korea? You know? Like, it just seems too important to use it as a scratch pad. So, airlines and officials often deny boarding or entry if they feel a passport has been damaged or faced, but they're not sure why she's been able to use it prior to that. Okay, so let's get into a song here. Again, this is the Re-Wiggled album from the, let's just say it's the Children's Beatles of New Zealand. Here's Praise You, the Wiggles, on 95. Oh, man, what a fresh of breath there, right there. Praise You, the Wiggles. That's from the Re-Wiggled album, the New Zealand Beatles for Children. Man, I listened to a lot of those guys when my daughter was growing up. And let me just preface this. Once I found this album, they do Thunderstruck. Apparently they do a Rihanna cover. So expect to hear that again as we go through the year. Okay. What in the world with Wilson, though? That's what you're listening to. I'm Wilson. The content is unusual news stories from around the world that make you go, what in the world? The question mark, exclamation point. Programming on KRFF 95.9 LPFM is being underwritten by Dark Horse IT, a local IT management and cybersecurity company located in Moorhead, Minnesota. Dark Horse IT helps your businesses run smoothly and efficiently by supplying top-tier quality IT services, such as endpoint and network security, professional email security, and more. For more info, call 701-660-0909 or visit darkhorseIT.com. Dark Horse IT, it's IT done right. 95.9 KRFF, RadioFreeFargo.org. Up next is Stinky Arts Music Mart. He has Alan Sparhawk, the front man of the infamous Minneapolis band Low. He gonna be in town So check that out. You know, you want to be around for that. That's going to be a good interview. So again, hang out after me for Stinky Art Music Mart, Alan Sparhawk interview. Okay? All right. So what do we got for you now? Oh, man, this is going to be a fun little article. This is from MSN. United Airlines business class passenger urinates on stranger midway through long-haul flight before begging him not to press charges. And it's just, I just don't know whatever gets a guy to the point where that happens. Okay? I am just a weirdo, you know? Like, I would pee myself before, like, if I was in the middle, you know, or the window, and I'm getting ready to fly to Ecuador here in less than a month, and it's an issue. I never want to pay extra to pick my flight chair, you know. Like, I could make sure to be on the outside if I wanted to pay the money, but I like going for as cheap as possible. So I end up in the window or in the middle, having to ask somebody who's all cozied up with his little neck pillows, got his earplugs in, he's snoring, and I got to slap him to let me out. It's horrible. All right. Business class passenger has been banned from all airlines flights after urinating on a sleeping fellow traveler during a long-haul journey from San Fran to Manila. The incident occurred on December 27th when Jerome Gutierrez from Hillsborough, California, was asleep in his business class seat during what was meant to be a 15-hour flight. How gnarly is a 15-hour flight? I mean, man, I don't even like 5 hours. Because there's just no seating room. It sucks. Gutierrez woke up to find himself soaked from the stomach down in another man's urine. That is a what in the world, folks. He was asleep and buckled in and was surprised when he looked at the man and thought he was dreaming. His stepdaughter, Nicole, said the perpetrator, who was reportedly a complete stranger, had chosen to relieve himself directly onto the sleeping passenger rather than using the aircraft's facility. Flight attendants provided Gutierrez with pajamas to wear after the incident. The crew warned him not to approach the man who had urinated on him, fearing a potential confrontation. We have banned this passenger. Police were requested to meet the aircraft. Cornell strongly criticizes United Airlines' handling of the biohazard situation. She says, I'm disgusted and in shock with how they handled it. It's a biohazard. The plane should have turned around to address the issue. Now, I, personally, wanting to get to Manila, and you're going to tell me pee is a biohazard? What? I want to get to Manila. You're going to tell me I got to go back to Denver, bruh, because some guy's got pee on him? You're going to tell me we got to shut the plane down because of pee? Nah. No. I'd get violent. They put the needs of the airline before my stepdad's health. What? I mean, yeah, it's not great. It's gnarly, but it's not like he's peeing AIDS on him, you know? I guess. I mean, maybe I don't know. I mean, sponge bath him up in the bathroom, give him some pajamas, and let's get to Manila, bruh. According to reports, the perpetrator attempted to avoid legal consequences by begging him forgiveness. I just don't understand how he got picked and why somebody thought that would make sense. Like, I'm going to pee on this guy instead of going down to the bathroom. All right. United Airlines confirmed the incident, referring to it simply as a passenger disturbance in their official statement. So I think that's good enough, man. This whole biohazard stuff, man. Okay, this from Barstool Sports. I know everybody's favorite dictator, Kim Jong-un, is in the news. Kim Jong-un has banned hot dogs. Of course he has. You know? Of course he has. But the hot dog could actually mean a dog that's been heated over a fire, you know? Like, we still talking about wieners here? People caught with hot dogs will be thrown in North Korean labor camp, which is kind of hilarious in a sense, because most people that come out of North Korea says they're starving to death, right? Like, I just don't see there being an ample supply of hot dogs in the first place. I mean, you guys are eating bugs and dirt. I mean, where the hot dogs coming from, you know? Well, anyway, Kim Jong has banned hot dogs. He has declared that serving sausages in the country will be treated as an act of treason. Oh, man, I didn't realize we got other things banned. Here's the other things this crazy wackadoo is banned. Jeans. You wear jeans in North Korea eating a hot dog, bro, you going down for life. Leather jackets, microwaves, Bibles, which that makes sense, designer shoes, So I can wear Walmart shoes, but I can't wear Skechers, sports cars, cannabis, iPhones, slang, porn, K-pop, and YouTube. Mamby-pamby. So, North Koreans have reportedly been banned from eating hot dogs as part of a crackdown on Western culture infiltrating the hermit kingdom. So, as part of the regime's efforts to quash capitalist culture among citizens, it is forbidden the sale of budae jjigae, a dish imported from pro-Western neighbor South Korea. North Korea has always been so fascinating to me. I would love nothing more than to be granted a risk-free year to travel North Korea with no restrictions. I just want to look at stuff and talk to locals. We know so little about the place. North Korea has a water park, zoo, ski resort, and a state circus. But that's just the stuff North Korea wants you to see. The real stories we get are from people who've escaped, you know. And there's that one girl, it's crazy, you know. But anyway, here's a crazy story. Kim Jong-un had his brother assassinated in an airport. And the assassinator murdered him with a chemical called Nerve Agent BX. She was also wearing an LOL shirt. LOL, that's classic Jong-un. He's always up to something wacky, isn't he? Whether he's firing Dud missiles into the ocean and sending balloons full of poo-poo to his southern enemies, making out with Dennis Rodman, and now banning his citizens from eating hot dogs. What a goofball, huh? Oh. Let's see. He also is against hot showers. You can't bowl. Bikinis are out. Mamby-pamby. All right. Well, again, you're listening to What in the World with Wilson as we cruise through these articles. I'm probably going to have some articles left because I got a lot to cover today. And I just don't know. Let me pick. This one's kind of fun. This is from Oddity Central. Quiet Welsh village terrorized by shoppers. And I don't know how they can be terrorized, really, but we'll get into it. Terrorized by shoppers looking for supermarket, which is an Aldi, that only exists on Google Maps. The Welsh village of, I'm going to spell you this word, all right? The Welsh village of Cyffyliog, Cyffyliog, or something, was invaded by bargain-hunting shoppers looking for a non-existent Aldi supermarket that internet trolls added to Google Maps as a prank. See, now, I didn't even know you could do that, you know? The add a missing place feature on Google Maps can be very useful when used correctly, but when abused, it can cause headaches for entire communities. Case in point, that funny word name in Welsh in Denbighshire, whose inhabitants have seen a flood of confused shoppers looking for a phantom Aldi supermarket that only exists as a pen on Google Maps. Believed to have been added by a local internet troll, the listing has so far led thousands of people to a grassy field tens of miles away from the nearest checkout lane after a milk truck became stuck on a narrow village trying to deliver cargo to the fake Aldi. Locals said they have been visited by vans trying to deliver groceries and bread to the non-existent supermarket, as well as confused shoppers led there by their smartphones. We've had people knocking on doors who are going, yo, where the Aldi is, bruh? Delivery vans with groceries trying to find a non-existent loading dock. Even a bloke with a pallet of bread thought he'd been hired to stock shelves. Phantom Aldi, a funny word, has inspired dozens of hilarious memes that have been doing the rounds. Man, now we have an endless stream of day trippers, holiday makers, turning up and looking confused. Last week, a large milk tanker got stuck on a village street trying to find the fake Aldi. I mean, when you... All right, let me just say this. Monkey in a tutu is home after Missouri sheriffs captured it with bananas. But the article I'm trying to read has just blocked me, so there. All right, let's see. I'm going to play a song for you people, and then we're going to talk some more. This is from my good buddy, hand squirter extraordinaire, Weird Al Yankovic. Here's Living in the Fridge, 95.9, I mean. Yes, indeed, Living in the Fridge, Weird Al Yankovic on KRWF 95.9. What in the World with Wilson is coming at you right now. We got a little over half of the show left. What in the World with Wilson? We talk about wacky shows or wacky stuff It's happening in the world, and man, oh man, it's been a crazy ride so far. If you've been with me so far, you've got your seatbelt on, I can assure you. After me, Stinky Arts Music Mart. He's got a interview today with Alan Sparhawk, the infamous frontman of the band Low out of Minneapolis. If you know, you know. So you're going to want to stick around for that. If you're into it, do it. Okay, so we're going to keep talking about stuff. I got just stuff, bruh. Okay, here's just a fun title. This is from Daily Atomic. Ex-wife, now stepmom, delivers half-brother to former husband. What? Ex-wife, now stepmom, delivers half-brother to former husband. In an unprecedented family dispute, the man learned his ex-wife had married his father after filing a right-to-information request at the district Panchayati Raj office in Uttar Pradesh, India. The young man, whose identity remains undisclosed, he filed the RTI to gather info about his father, a sanitation worker in his late 40s, after the latter stopped providing support and moved to Sambal. The investigation revealed that the father had married his son's former spouse, effectively making her his son's stepmother. He even has a brother fathered by his father. The son and the woman had married in 2016 when both were minors, but separated 6 months later. The woman sought divorce, citing her ex-husband's alleged alcoholism. Circle Officer Vinay Chauhan confirmed that both parties attended a police-mediated meeting at Bisauli Police Station following the son's complaint. The woman, now in her second marriage, has expressed contentment with her current situation and refused to reconcile with her former husband. So, the legal age for marriage in India is 21 for men and 18 for women. So, you know, the more you know, right? So, what do we got here? Let's see here. Okay. I got an article about Uncle Praise. You guys don't know Uncle Praise, you're about to right now. I should have segued this article before the Praise You, because that would have been smart, but you know, it is what it is. A middle-aged Japanese man known as Uncle Praise has been making a living by standing on the street and showering strangers with praises for a small fee. Uncle Praise first made news headlines in Japan in September of last year when Fuji TV released a short doc on his unique profession. The 43-year-old man reportedly used to work for a company in his hometown of Tochigi, but at one point in his life he got so addicted to gambling that he lost both his family and his job. His father fell ill, he lost his job, couldn't pay the mortgage, his family cut ties, and he found himself living on the street. It was a rude awakening that helped him beat his gambling addiction, because it's hard to gamble when you're broke, you know. The middle-aged man had always dreamed of being a street performer, but he had no special skills, such as tricks or singing, so he came up with the idea of praising people for money. If I give praise, there will be fewer people who feel bad, Uncle Praise thought to himself, according to the newspaper. So he started going around Tokyo holding a piece of cardboard that read, "I praise you so much." It sounds like a weird way to make money, but if you think about it, everyone likes to be praised. Sometimes you really need some encouragement, even if it comes from a total stranger like Uncle Praise. The trick, according to Uncle Praise, is not to overdo it. When meeting people for the first time, he first compliments them on their appearance, and then learns new things to praise them through, praise them through conversation. The other person enjoys it, I'm happy too. That's why I've been able to do it for the last 3 years. Asahi recently witnessed Uncle P's talent when he was approached by a young girl on the street. She's cheerful and energetic. She has a big heart. She reacts well and is kind. She has the ability to draw people in. After a minute of being showered with compliments, said, "I rarely get praised so straightforwardly," and put 150 yen in his collection box. Uncle Praise will stand for hours on end, holding a sign without a single person approaching him for his services. But in the 3 years he's been practicing his unique trade, he managed to get regular clients who call him whenever they need a morale boost. Well, that's cool. After going viral on social media, he started making business trips around Japan, and so far traveled to 31 of the 47 countries, prefectures, to praise people. On average, he compliments more than 30 people a day, earning about $65. Huh. What do we got here? Company sells bags of popcorn as edible cushioning material. I'm not even going to read it. Don't like it. Okay, this is from a Daily Atomic. Japan's new service offers plus-size people for rent at $18 per hour. A unique Japanese rental service called Debukari has launched a first-of-its-kind platform allowing individuals and businesses to hire plus-size people for $2,000 per hour, expanding Japan's already diverse personal rental industry. The service, founded by Mr. Bliss, who also owns the plus-size fashion brand Qzilla, emerged from his own business challenges in finding plus-size models for his clothing line. After establishing a talent agency for overweight individuals in 2017, the company has 45 registrants. Dubakari's service began in April, requires its talent to weigh over 220 pounds. The company maintains a presence in Tokyo and stuff. So, individuals might hire plus-size people to try on clothes for overweight friends, or as companions for those seeking to feel better about their own body image. They can utilize the service for commercial casting, advertisement, diet programs. He says that their use of the term fat is intended to be empowering rather than derogatory. Kim Jong-un banned hot dogs, if you guys weren't around for that. Now I got something really good. Here now. It's from The Guardian, and this is, it reminds me of the guy leaving bottles of the pea bandit. Remember me talking about the pea bandit? He'd just leave jars of pea around. Insane. Well, the mystery of bananas on Nottinghamshire Road has residents appealing for answers. Plate with peeled fruit has been showing up in Beeston every month for more than a year, residents say. Finally, a Nottingham Clean Champion street cleaner volunteer put a note up. Please, respectfully, no more bananas. Residents on a Nottinghamshire road have been left perplexed as to why a mysterious plate of bananas keeps appearing on the street corner once a month. The bananas, always whole but peeled, have been showing up on a regular basis in the residential area of Beeston for more than a year. So let me see. How often is it? Once a month. So how many years? So that's 12 plates of bananas. I think it's been happening for at least a year. I see them all the time. It's difficult to remember exactly when. I've never seen anyone leaving them. They could be for animals, but I've never seen a peck taken out of them. My friend will message me to say, oh, the bananas are back today, but we have no idea where they're coming from or who's doing it. The bananas, about 15 to 20, are left each time, so 20 times 12, that's quite a few bananas. They're placed on a plate opposite a church on the corner of Abbey and Windsor by Nottingham. Some residents say they were oblivious to their presence and had walked past the spot a bunch. What bananas? Said one idiot. I added that idiot part. She's probably smart. Others said they have always noticed them and were desperate to know the story. James Oviedo said he walked his dog past that corner nearly every day, thought the bananas had been appearing for about 2 years. It's quite strange. There's always a big bunch of them peeled on a plate. They always appear to be drizzled with what seems to be honey. I thought it was perhaps a religious thing at first, or maybe someone just likes to feed the insects or something. One of the main theories was that the bananas were placed for a religious offering, like Hinduism. Honey also has symbolism in Hinduism. Others think that perhaps someone is trying to feed the wildlife, although the bananas don't seem to get eaten. We would love to know why they're being left there. We've all been discussing it on our WhatsApp group, says Lauren. She said they've been appearing ever since she moved in about a year ago and thought they were left during the night or early in the morning. I've walked past in the evening and there's been nothing there. And then in the morning, boom, a plate of bananas with a little drizzle. The Guardian visits the site. The only remaining evidence was a pile of about 15 bananas in a hedgerow. A lady said, please, no more bananas. Claire, she put the sign up, but she didn't want to make it like a feud. I don't want it to become a big thing. She said the bananas appeared on the 2nd of each month, and it was a special thing for whoever left them, and she wished them well. But if they could come back and clean up the mess a few days later, that would be lovely. I'm going to keep an eye on it and keep cleaning up the mess. The mysterious banana. Okay, well, this is a service announcement, a health service announcement for you people that didn't know this. The title is Belgian Food Safety Authority says, please don't eat Christmas trees. So for you out there with your mouth about ready to gnaw down on a branch of Tannenbaum, don't do it. All right? So Belgium's Food Safety Agency has warned residents to not turn their Christmas trees into food after a city's recycling recommendation included using the needles in recipes. Federal agency made the statement in response to the city of Ghent recommending cooking with conifer needles in its list of ways to recycle Christmas trees. In Scandinavia, they've been doing it for a long time, picking the needles and immersing them in water, pouring them through a sieve, and then I guess you can make a spread butter for toast. So the FASFC responded by warning resis that Christmas trees are not meant to end up in the food chain. The agency explained that trees grown for Christmas deco are most often treated with pesticides and have dangerous chemicals. What's more, there's no easy way for consumers to tell if Christmas trees have been treated with flame retardant, and not knowing that could have serious, even fatal consequences. There's no way to ensure that eating Christmas trees is safe, either for people or animals. Well, I am going to break us off a little gospel praise break. I'm going to get my praise break on, and then we're going to wrap this show up again. Stay tuned. Stinky Arts Music Mart after this. Not much longer now. 95.9. And man, huh? Who says people in church can't get down? Man, I'm telling you, I was stoked about that. Not much longer now. Rich Tolbert Jr., 95.9 Radio Free Fargo.org. I'm wrapping this little shindig up. What in the world with Wilson? You've been tapped into that for the last hour. And we got Stinky Arts Music Mart right after me. And he's here already. He's itching to get that Alan Sparhawk interview out the door. And I think you should probably stick around to check that out. This show is brought to you by Black Cottage Alchemy. Black Cottage Alchemy on Facebook. 1,200 MIGs of locally grown hemp with comfrey, colloidal. Man, it's butter for your outer body. All right? It's great butter for your beautiful outer body. Black Cottage Alchemy, thank you for sponsoring this show. I used to do all the drugs, and now I don't, and I give the man upstairs credit for allowing me to have self-control, which I normally don't, and I show him props every Sunday, 417 Main Avenue, 10 a.m. recovery, 11 a.m. worship. Come on through. Shout out to our community partners at Fix It Forward Auto Care with 4 Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo locations. They handle anything from routine maintenance to complex vehicle repairs. Fix It Forward focuses on quality, integrity, and giving back to the community. For more info, you can find them on Facebook, Instagram, or at the website at fixitforwardautocare.com. Well, we've had a good hour, haven't we? And so I'm going to wrap this up. This is 25 crazy news headlines around the world that happened in 2018. We've forgotten. All right, so let's see. We'll just go right to 24. Spanish man builds 60-foot spaceship to visit planet from his novels to infinity and beyond. This guy isn't exactly Buzz Lightyear, but he's close. Lucio Ballesteros built a 60-foot, 2,600 spaceship. He said the craft isn't quite ready for its voyage, claiming technology isn't quite advanced enough yet. Okay. Let's see what else we got. American Airlines removes passenger who won't stop doing pull-ups. Mid-flight, somewhere between Phoenix and Boston, a gentleman stood from his seat, started doing pull-ups on the overhead bin repeatedly, even when asked to stop. So anyway, what else we got? Drivers stop to chase money on New Jersey highway. That sounds fun. Family seeks photographer to travel with them for $10,000 or $100,000. Oh. Canada man flew 1,400 miles in the wrong direction after boarding the wrong flight. You got to get your life together, apparently, you know. Train left 25 seconds early in Japan, and the company wants everyone to know it's really, really sorry. Oh, man. Travel tip. Give yourself more than a 25-second window, and you'll be just fine. Here's 17. Woman boards flight to find her scene assignment is in the plane's lavatory. Okay. Runaway pig lured home by deputies' Doritos. This is number 14. An upside-down hotel shower is the travel nightmare you did not know you had to worry about. AirAsia bagler handlers kiss and hug passengers' luggage in bizarre photo shoot. What? A baby bunny caused an airport scare, and now his name is Boeing. Boeing the bunny. Oh, man. Bank of America ATM mistakenly dispenses hundies instead of tens. It's never happening to me. Hey, check it out. Rhinestone vest-wearing pigeon reunited with family. The article says, if we had a nickel for every time we heard about a pigeon in a rhinestone vest, we would just have the one nickel. The Pope just married 2 flight attendants at 30,000 feet. Here's 8. Man who demolished landmark house were ordered to rebuild. Man, I'm having trouble speaking. I apologize. Parents turn to Craigslist after son forgets location of parking garage. Who let the goats out is number 6. Runaway herd invades Idaho neighborhood. 2 elderly men sneak out of nursing home to attend heavy metal festival. Man, tell me which one. Oh, they don't tell me what band. Oh, what heavy in northern Germany? What would that be? 69-year-old Dutch man attempts to legally lower his age to 49. Here's number 3. Hawaiian monk seal gets eel stuck up its nose. Of course he did. So, number 1, Banksy's painting self-destructs immediately after being sold for $1.4 million. Well, I think I'm going to let Stinky get in here and get this party started. Again, Stinky Arts Music Mart's on deck. He gonna be speaking to Alan Sparhawk, infamous lead man of Low. He gonna be in town, so hang out and check that out. I, on the other hand, am gonna get out the door. I'll see you next Thursday. Be good to yourselves. Remember to breathe. Sturgill Simpson.